Dear Ian, I sit on the porch and watch as the fog rolls over the ground and the mountains. Its fingers reach out and touch the top of the mountains in front of me. It envelops the porch and me in memories of this place. I slowly rock back and forth in the rocking chair, feeling it creak with the wood. Why aren't you here? This is weird for me. I wish that you weren't so sick. I know you didn't feel up to the 10-hour drive, so I decided to write you this letter and remind you of all the memories that we have in this place. There are so many memories in this cabin, in these mountains, and they're all with you and Mama and Daddy. Thank you for letting me bring Taylor with me this year, but it's just not the same without you. It can't be a full family vacation when the full family isn't present. This whole trip I've been thinking how many different memories we've had here. Most of them good. Did you know that you took some of your first steps here? Or that you babbled your first word, my name, here? Do you remember that time that you came running into my room in the middle of the night screaming because you thought you heard a bear outside? Mama and I didn't believe you, but you were so sure, you swore up and down that it couldn't have been anything else. Then the next morning, Daddy took the trash out, only to find the trash can completely destroyed. You'd been right, there was a bear. Remember going to the mountains and driving through the winding roads? We would go to the mill and watch the water trickle from the river. Every year, Mama and Daddy had us reach our hands and feel the cold water run over our skin. Then we would go to Mingo Falls and hike over 200 steps to the top. There we would catch our breath and take in the beauty. Then we would venture out onto the Little Pigeon River in the national park and have a picnic. Later, we would head down into the town of Gatlinburg and go to the Yellow Swings, as we always called them. The ski lift that would take you up the side of the mountain, and at the top you could look down across the town and see the mountains for miles. These are some of the happiest memories, and they have always been with you, little man. This year we did many of the same family traditions that we've done every year since we were babies. We went on the Yellow Swings and looked out over the mountain. We traveled to the mill, and Daddy and I stood with our hands in the cold water. We went and hiked up those steps to Mingo Falls. I wish that you had been there for this. Ever since my knee surgery, you have been my encouragement to push through pain when I am working towards a goal. Those 200 steps were looming and something I dreaded to hike. When we got there, all I could think was the fact that you would be proud of me if I made it to the top. Well, I trudged and I pushed on and I made it. We sat at the falls for a long time, just breathing in the mountain air and enjoying the beauty all around us, the water babbling and crashing on the rocks, and the birds flitting through the trees. It was amazing. After we made our way back down the stairs, we followed the winding mountain roads until we came to the Little Pigeon River. Mama packed a yummy picnic. After we ate, we bounded over the rocks and dipped our toes in the cold water. Taylor and I swam and laid on the rocks and soaked in the sun. Every night when we got back to the cabin, we were absolutely exhausted. Thankfully, there were no bears to be found this year around the cabin. I hope that next year, when the family decides to come down again, you're feeling up to the trip. I cannot wait to have more adventures and make new memories with you. Love you, your little big sister.